Moving on, and Russia and Syria have held a high-stakes meeting in Moscow, their first since former Syrian President and Kremlin ally Bashar al-Assad was ousted last year. Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa met Russian President Vladimir Putin, aiming to reset ties and redefine the long-standing relationship between these two countries. President Vladimir Putin welcomed Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa at the Kremlin on Wednesday. This was their first face-to-face interaction since the political shake-up in Damascus that ended Assad's 14-year rule. Cameras captured a cordial handshake before both leaders began formal talks. During the meeting, both sides discussed strengthening bilateral cooperation and redefining political and economic ties. Putin said Moscow remained committed to supporting Syria's reconstruction and maintaining regular diplomatic contact between the two governments.
I am thankful to you for welcoming our delegation from various departments that was headed by Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak. Many interesting and useful initiatives were voiced. From our side, we are ready to do everything to implement them, as well as regular contacts and agreements via foreign ministries. We are very glad to see you.
Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa acknowledged the historic relationship between these two nations, but said it was time to build a new framework for partnership, one that ensures Syria's sovereignty and independence. He emphasised that his government respected all past agreements, signalling continuity in defence and economic cooperation.
There are historical ties, and there are also bilateral relations and common interests that connect us. Many things connect us. Much of Syria's food supply relies on Russian production, and numerous power stations depend on Russian expertise. Many strategic and political relations, both regional and international, are closely linked to Russia. We respect all past agreements and this rich history, and we are working to redefine the nature of these relations.
Behind closed doors, the two leaders were also expected to discuss sensitive issues, including the fate of ousted leader Bashar al-Assad. He has been living in Russia since his ouster in December of last year. Energy cooperation was also a major focus of these talks. Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak said Moscow was ready to expand its work in Syrian oil fields and help rebuild critical infrastructure destroyed by years of conflict. He noted that Russia had long-standing involvement in Syrian oil projects and was ready to assist in developing new fields.
Today we discuss specific projects in energy and transport, as well as the development of tourism, healthcare, and culture. All of this will be discussed in detail, and we are ready to provide support and take part in Syria's reconstruction.
The meeting also touched on Russia's military presence in Syria. Moscow has long sought continued access to its naval port at Tartus and its Haimaimim airbase on the Mediterranean coast, both seen as strategic assets for its operations in the region. Al-Sharaa indicated that Syria would honour those agreements, saying his government would respect all agreements concluded throughout the great history of the two countries. Despite having been on opposite sides during the Syrian civil war, with Russia backing Assad and Sharaa leading the Islamist forces that toppled him, both sides appeared determined to move forward. Sharaa said Syria wanted to rebuild relations with all countries, but chiefly with Russia. Putin, for his part, described the ties as special relations developed over many decades. For Syria's new leadership, renewing ties with Moscow is crucial. That's because it has to rebuild a war-torn economy and regain international legitimacy. For Russia, it's about preserving influence in West Asia, protecting its strategic bases, and maintaining a long-term foothold on the Mediterranean coast.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.